Happy Wednesday. I'm very excited to be here. Hello, Miss Patty, here nice and early. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome. I just invite everyone to join in by taking a very deep breath, filling your belly, breathing through the nose, filling your belly up all the way now, and pausing for a second. And then breathing it all back out again, slower than your breath in. For when you do this, it automatically has a calming effect. So every time you feel a little, bring it back to your center. Your breath is life. You're not here. This is this beautiful dance, this exchange that's occurring. And we often just do it unconsciously. And I encourage you to become more conscious of your breath. And you're going to have to forgive my light today. So I think I might have left my light in Whistler. It must be under a pillow. And therefore, the light I have is making a little flashing. So I hope it's not too bad. And I could try and turn it off. We'll see. In the meantime, keep breathing that way. Be more conscious of your breath, for then you have more control over your vessel. And remembering that emotions are energy in motion. Hello, Cindy. Good to see you. Hello, Into the Void. Hello, Shay. Good to see you all here. Remembering these breaths that we take can either be short and shallow, or they can be deep. Remembering we have more hairs on the bottom of our lungs that flood our body with oxygen. You'll see me if I'm hiking and the first 5 minutes and we're stepping in and increasing a bit of a pace or going uphill, just to focus on that breath, because that breath will fill the body with oxygen. And you can even say, hey, cells, let's go. We got this. Remembering the way you feel after a little bit of exercise or movement. Maybe it's yoga for you. Maybe it's Pilates. For me, I went skating the other day. I can't remember the last time I skated. It's at least 10 years. And we did that for Jade's birthday. Great value, $12, skates included, Canadian, and a little outdoor rink. I mean, it was half adults and half kids. We ended up adopting 2 little girls and taking them around between our arms so they didn't have to use the little push device. So we had a great time. And it only took me 1, maybe 2 minutes to go, oh yeah, body, we know this. Let's go. Pump with that leg, bend bend your knees, get your hips a little lower. And so that movement is from the hips and then pushing out and pushing out. And then crossing over with the skates. That one took a little longer to do that little dance, right? And it just brings you joy. It's that dance with the movement of earth, with the energies. And I encourage all of you to go find something to do that gives you a creation mode, something to create versus consume. There's a lot of consumption going on at the moment. There's a lot going on energetically. I kind of like to just go, yeah, okay. Despite what's going on in the astrology, despite what's going on politically in the world, I can't control either of those. What I can control is me. What do I choose to do with my time? And for this time, it was to have my daughter, who turned 19 on the 19th of January. I'm like, oh, you really planned this one. Let's see what happens next. To take her up to my friend's place in Whistler. It's a win-win because he gets home cooked food and Jade gets to, hang out in Whistler. And we really just enjoyed. We really enjoyed it. And, oh, let's go skating. Okay. Oh, let's go check this out. And so it's not about the spending of money. And I'm so grateful that I raised a daughter on experiences. I've always gone for an experience over a thing, unless it was a needed item. But I will always choose an adventure over, an item that has this immediate hit of dopamine when you get it, and then it fades real fast. Like, even a new car only lasts, what, a week or 2, maybe a month, and then you're like, "Oh, yeah." So now you've got this big payment all the time, right? So and I did buy a vehicle once new. I've never bought a new vehicle since. I'm like, "Wow, that's like a loss, a waste of money," and it didn't last, it wasn't worth it, and that was many, many, many years ago. Hello, Sherry. Happy Wednesday, love. Good to see you. So today I want to talk a little bit about this chaos that I'm seeing. Feels like there's even more division on social media at the moment. And all I have to do is close my eyes and tap into the collective energy as I'm doing at the moment. And it's pretty intense. It's really intense. And that's okay. And I can breathe and ask it to go away now. Thank you. I never used to control my energy that way, but you can. You can choose. You can choose. And I know, Patty, possibly you're doodling right now. And that's amazing because your doodles are so beautiful. Patty's one of our members, and she's always doodling as we're having any meeting, which is amazing. I love that. And it's a beautiful opportunity to express the energies you're feeling as something's being said or going through. And I can relate because if I wasn't doing the video, I'm generally, if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm doing something else. I'm getting work done. I'm getting something else accomplished, right? Hello, Chrissy. Good to see you. Yeah. So we are, a few days away from this planetary alignment, and somebody was talking to me about that, and I was like, "Yeah, but, I can look at all of that, but at the base root of it all is how do I feel?" Cutting hearts for daycare. Well, even more beautiful, lock that heart feeling in. Patoodledation. Yeah, Patty's doodling it's her form of meditation. Beautiful. Well done, Shay. And we can make a choice. And it's sometimes you have to, like, really consciously change, a pattern in your life, a habit in your life, to do it differently, to, you know, leave the phone alone for a bit or get off the computer, even if you're feeling a bit lonely, because 'cause you're never alone. But by doing that and going and doing something that brings you joy, peace, harmony, it is so worth it. It is so worth it. So I've made a conscious choice now that I'm gonna ignore it all at the moment. I'm gonna focus on my environment here at home, what work I do need to do for pebble painting, some really exciting news coming in for AFC, very exciting, and working on what I can control and what I can do. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So whenever you're feeling a little discombobulated or feeling like, "Oh, the world's going mad out there," is it? Or is that just a bunch of souls losing their shit? Are they going mad or are they just on the cusp of something really big? We don't know for a fact. But if we can manage our own energy and our environment and what we consume with these eyes, these ears, and this mouth, you're gonna feel a hell of a lot better. If you're feeling anxiety or anxious all the time, even more so. And I'd also really highly encourage, make sure you're getting your nutrients right now. Make sure you're getting your nutrients that you need. Spirulina is one of those nutrients that a good one, you don't really need to take any vitamins or supplements. Put it in a shake, sprinkle it in hot cereal, mix it in a glass of water, give it a chug. Chlorophyll's another good one. I often do those in combination together because when your base rate nutrients or your vitamin, you're depleted on vitamins, say there's not been a ton of sun for you. We've had sun here. I'm so grateful. I literally drove home in the sun all day yesterday, and Jade's like, "Don't you want your visor down?" I'm like, "Nope, I'm taking it all in. Give it all to me. Give me those codes, those light codes, those photons of information that can help to upgrade the body." or at least so I believe, right? And remembering that no matter where somebody else is at, I actually have a lot of compassion because every single one of us is as unique as our fingerprint, as our heartbeat. We all have different opinions because we were all raised differently. Now, you come into sync with those that you're attracted to, right? You think like, a beautiful warm fire gathers the souls around it. And that's what today here's for, is gathering souls that would like to come in for a little bit of a warm hug. And everything's going to be okay. And you get to choose this from within, to breathe more deeply, to exercise your body a bit, and to really step into active meditations or meditations. Let's all do one of our beautiful, really short, really sweet, and I did put this up in the membership, but we can do it right here for everyone. Yes, moringa's good as well. Absolutely. And high quality water. Yeah. And bone broth right now is like the top of my list. I'll be making some bone broth tomorrow, and we're going to start a cleanse on Monday. So that's exciting. And we'll keep you posted on that. And then I make sure in my diet that I am having sauerkraut of some sort. Sometimes it's kimchi, sometimes it's sauerkraut, sometimes it's fermented. What do I have? Smoky jalapeno sriracha, but there's no sugar added to it. And I also have a regular red sriracha, and that one's green. That kills parasites. I was asking if there's anything I need to do around that. I was like, with what you eat, girl? Nah, you're good. And so that was really nice to know. Plus, I did a bunch of raw pumpkin seeds for a while. Like, I intuitively, and one needs to be slow enough to do this, to intuitively tap into that which is and that which needs to be done for self. If you don't ask, you don't know. Or if you're not quiet enough, you won't hear. And remember, you're always being guided. And the mind will want to reject it. It will want to make you think you need to be doing something it already knows, which is really habitual. And so you have to consciously choose, I'm going to do this differently right now. Hey, mind, it's okay. We got this. Let's see how we feel after this. And then check in. Oh, wow, that felt really good. So let's try this with the energy shower. And go ahead and close your eyes. I'm going to do the same. And one could preempt this with a chakra meditation if you wanted. But today we're just going to do a beautiful energy shower cleansing. So I want you to put your attention about 6 inches above your head. Keep your eyes closed, breathing gently in and out of your nose. You can be sitting up. You could be standing up if you choose, however you're comfortable. And through your star chakra, there's a column of light coming down, and it's this beautiful golden light. It's like sparkly, like fairy dust. And it's coming down around your head, through the body, and around your body in a clockwise direction. And as it's doing this, it's clearing and cleansing the energy from the day thus far, letting go of anything that is no longer relevant. And maybe you can feel your forehead relax and your eyes relax and your jaw relax. Relax the shoulders, relax the chest and the upper back, relax the arms, run it down to the elbows and down to the wrists, your hands. Can you feel the energy in your hands? Where your attention goes, energy flows. Let's go back up to our upper back, our wings, and our chest, and go down the body, over the solar plexus, upper stomach, down to the sacral and our lower back, the sides. And you can just feel this beautiful clockwise direction. The hips, the buttocks, relax your butt, relax your hips, your thighs, your hamstrings, down to the knees, down your calves, shins, sides of your shins, all the way down to your ankles and your toes, feet. Maybe wiggle your feet a little bit. Can you feel that energy? Thank you, feet, for walking me around all day. Appreciate you so much. Have gratitude for what the body goes through in a day for you to achieve that which you desire. And now imagine this all pooling around the bottom of your feet and between your feet. And we're just going to add in a little love and harmony and peace into our shower. Not that it wasn't there already. And then we're going to breathe up in again and let it go through all the chakras. So the base of your spine and all the way up, sacral, solar, heart, higher heart if you choose, throat, third eye, crown, back up to the star chakra. And like a fountain, like a chocolate fountain, because chocolate's sweet and so is this. And then let it all flow down again. Just go ahead and let this run a couple more times. Can you get more relaxed? Can you fill your heart with gratitude for this moment right now? For this feeling of peace, harmony, love, gratitude. I'm going to sprinkle a little joy in there too, because this does make me joyful. This is what we mean when we say you have everything you need within you. Or if we can stay in this present moment, this beautiful, calm space, and then can you learn to operate that way and do it once an hour, 2 or 3 times a day? Or can you do it with your eyes open all the time? There's a good challenge for you. And when you're ready, come on back in and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And welcome. Hello, Miss Rebecca. Good to see you, love. Rebecca's over in Australia. And yes, and Rebecca was so kind as to send Jade a little gift from she was in Korea. Jade will message. I was trying to get her to do a video. She won't do a video. No, Mom. I'm like, then just do a voice recording. She's very grateful. She uses it all the time and just loves it. So she's like, watch out when we go to Japan, Mom. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, you better get a job and start saving money. So how's everyone feeling? Did that assist? Did that guide? Did that help? Only you get to regulate yourself. Thank you, Carolyn, who's working in the background for us here. Seeing lots of blue and green. Beautiful, Chrissy. Beautiful. I love that. Absolutely. Yeah. And you can bring in whatever color you want. Remembering that we are photons, we are light flashing so quickly, not unlike this light, but a little faster, that you cannot distinguish that it's not, because everything is light vibrating at different levels. Yeah. Yes. And enter the void. Have you started your new job yet? Your new adventure? I'd love to know. Yeah. So this is why I get lit up to come on here and share with you. Because I came in a little dysregulated earlier and I was like, what is going on with me? Well, a couple things. Somebody was smoking right beside me and trying to ask me a bunch of questions about work. And I finally looked at him and said, I don't smoke. So I'm gonna go now. You can email me any questions." And so I was like, that's interesting." Yeah, good, Cindy. And so it was up to me to regulate myself. When somebody comes in my space in a specific way, I'm like, "Hmm," but he's just quite unconscious, and that's okay. You're a few days in. Woohoo! Yay! That's very exciting. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna do another one here. I'm not afraid to just give it away, right? So we're gonna talk about the DNA. In our DNA, and here's my beliefs around this, no matter what goes on cosmically, astrologically, astronomy wise, it's still up to this vessel and this higher self and our willingness um, to let go and open up, I suppose, to fuel this body versus just feed this mouth. I'll say that again, to fuel the body, not just feed the mouth. And when we fuel the body, which is why I'm doing a bone broth cleanse. So a few things have shifted recently. One is those fingertip things, and we've been talking about that a bit, where whenever I'm touching my phone, especially, I can feel it. I'm like, oh, get that away from me. I'm like, well, that's one way to get me off my phone because I do run a business pretty much on my phone, a couple businesses actually. And so that was good. I'm like, oh, do I need to get special gloves? But not only that, to just cleanse out the body and do at least a 3-day fast and see what comes up, because one can be kinda itchy. I might do longer. Alright, we'll see. One can be quite itchy bitchy going in because you're cutting out things, right? And then so I'm a big person that I just redirect the body and redirect the mind. So when we're wanting to change a habit, I find that is my best way. It means I need to go do something instead of eating dinner. I don't wanna sit around the house, right? Or I need to do something within the house. So, quite often, we have, passes for Up at Grouse that I got before Jade became an adult, and that was a very good value. So, we could go up there and just hang it on the snow. It doesn't cost us anything to get up and down. So, that was one of the Christmas things I did to allow for a little more freedom this winter per se. There's also skating at all the arenas. There's steam, sauna, and pool if we wanted to go do that. There's just going for a walk. So there's going, even just going, um, what else can you going to the library where it needs to be quiet to just go sit and read because you won't have those other distractions. So it's changing your environment. And this isn't just for fasting. This goes for any habit. Anything you choose that you wanna change, get a little bit done. Okay, set a timer, 15 minutes. I really need to get this done. So I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. I'm gonna do this for 15 minutes, and then when the timer goes off, I'll decide whether or not I continue or I can take a break. Yeah, it is great for sanity as well. Yes, absolutely. Puzzles are really good. Doing things different than you normally would do them because you keep your brain active that way. If everything becomes habit, then it's harder to break off that wheel. But if you are constantly moving things in your house so that your things are not exactly where they always are, because it'll grab your mind, especially like on the walls. If you move stuff around, you put up any sticky note or affirmations, you got to move it because otherwise it just becomes subconscious, right? You're not conscious of it anymore. We're trying to bring things to the consciousness. And so that may be moving plants around, moving pictures around, moving crystals around, changing it up. And this is why, doing in creation mode to try and stay in that creation mode so that things feel new. And it's kind of like, oh, that was a nice surprise. Oh, yeah, I forgot I moved that all around. It's not a disease at all. That's why, right? ADHD. Exactly. I agree. I don't even like to label anything these days because Every single one of us is so unique. How can you label us? How can you lump any of us together? Yes, yes, absolutely. I agree. That's a really good point, Rebecca. Thank you for sharing that. That's a good reminder. Yeah. It's just like, these children that are autistic, do you know that they're so high vibe that they communicate mostly telepathically? Are you tuning in so you can communicate with them? Are you raising your vibration? Because they're vibing way higher. They can't operate in this low vibration. So in many ways, they're very gifted. So when we stop trying to fit everyone into this same freaking box so that we're all labeled and easy to assign, no, we don't need to. You're as unique as your heartbeat. You're as unique as your fingerprint, as unique as your iris. There's only one you. And I really want to encourage everyone to be authentically you, for that is the highest vibration. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. My one little niece is like that. Yes. Beautiful. Yes, Carolyn, absolutely. So, you can try and communicate in different ways. There's a video all about that. If you were to type into YouTube autism and tele telepathy or telepathic, I think it's telepathy, then you would find it. And so I highly encourage, it's a very, and to me, heartwarming. Or there's the video. These are the kinds of things, like we were watching Ancient Sites last night. I get way more out of that than watching some dumbass show. Yeah, that we did watch on the weekend a little bit. Yeah. The other one to pay attention to is the kids that can read blindfolded, right? It's that magic age between, do they get to be a kid and just be because they have these gifts already? So imagine if the kids didn't go to school to get straightened out, so to speak, right? I mean, Norma talks all the time about being, she didn't want to wear the shoes. I don't want to wear shoes. I don't want to go to school. And so they make this all to be the end all be all to get into school and to go, but all of a sudden you're in jail. We've talked about this. We don't need to rehash this. And so what can we do differently with the kids these days is get them outside more, let them be kids. Try new games with them, blindfolded and holding up color cards. There's a whole show about that. I'm pretty sure it's in Switzerland. And you could look up, kids reading blindfolded. Yes, you were homeschooled up to grade 7. Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of benefits that come with that. You learn to be a little more self-sufficient and how to do things around the house. And Jade and I have been talking about, paying bills. And she even was checking out the restaurant about maybe getting a job in Whistler. I think we might have jailing, I call it, the school system. Yes. Yeah. On a little sidebar note, and I've been checking it out for 2 months now. I have a good friend who's doing this thing, and it's about writing letters. In exchange for your writing letters, you get paid. And so she's been doing it since May. And it's not just the letter writing. There's a little more to it. I just don't want to describe it on here right now. And so, it took me time to wrap my mind around it and what was my real perspective on it. And at first I kind of dismissed it. And then I was like, I spoke with her again. And then somebody else was discussing it who I'm aware of and like and trust. Absolutely. I don't really follow too much, but I observe. And so it's come up again. I'm like, okay, it's come up again. Okay. And so I did sign up this morning and I am doing the training right now. Training's minimal. It's like 6 videos with like 5 or 6 minutes each. And then I will get started. And once I see the potential and the benefit, although my friend has made over 20 grand this year US from this. Yes. And been paid out. That was my other thing. Have you been paid out yet? No, I haven't taken it out yet. Well, let me know when you get paid out. So, because it's a US thing, right? So, anyways, there you have it. Sidebar gig. You can do as little or as much as you want. But I was thinking about all the ones that like to doodle. That one could be writing these letters and listening to something else, and it potentially being a benefit for all. So, stay tuned for that one. I will likely speak more about it by mid-Feb. That should be about all I need. So stay tuned for that because I really want to. I do believe in multiple streams of income per se, and so we've been chatting about that. And yes, the AFC website's just about here, yay! Which means I can have a store on there, which means I can share the oils that I like or the functional, not medicinal, but functional mushrooms that I started taking, which has really helped to balance a couple things, but they're just it's just good for the soul. Any way to connect with nature is good for the soul. Now, I'm not saying to go plug yourself in like a plant, but I can tell you this really young company, not they're about 5 years old, maybe still young to me, and they've created a beautiful product. And so I'm looking forward to sharing more of that. We've also got a bunch of designs done up for something you could wear, which is exciting. And yeah, we're just getting excited about the possibilities. And then of course we have Vedette, which won't be until June. She's got work being done there and tree planters. So will be June. And I'm not going to put the date on it until I know about the finalization for Egypt and Greece. And I did book from April 11th to the 14th for Sedona, not donut, Sedona. Keep your eye on the middle of the donut though. And we'll be doing a bunch of hiking there. And we'll be doing some guided meditations, teaching you energy healing, because to me, it's all about teaching you how to do it, getting you comfortable playing with it per se. And it's just making you aware. It's opening this awareness within you, just like that energy shower. That's all I'm doing is holding space. Sedona. All right, you guys are cute. I like it. Holding that space. Yeah. And anybody close to San Francisco, I am there for my second cousin's having her first baby, which is really exciting. And so we're gonna pop down to San Fran. I just spent all my air miles points. I was like, who knows how long these will be around, so let's just use them up. But going down there for February 20th to the 25th, I believe. And so anybody around that area that wants to get together for coffee or come for a walk, let me know. I would love that. And anybody in and around Sedona that I haven't connected with yet, this did just get finalized and booked in. And I'm very excited because I do really love Sedona energy, and I'm sure you will too. I moved it from March until April, so March is spring break, and I thought, oh no, I'm not dealing with the spring break crowd. And swinging it to April allowed for more sunshine and a little more flexibility and planning ahead. So, yay! Very excited. And so, how's everyone feeling right now? Are we all feeling much calmer? I would really love you to utilize this tool for yourself, for only you can regulate you. Nobody can regulate you for you. I can hold the space, I can amplify, but really it's coming in for you. You're just opening yourself up to the possibility of it. And so I wonder what else you could open up to. Abundance, manifestation. You're always manifesting. Every time you get up out of bed, did you tell your legs, all right, feet and legs, we're going to get up out of bed now? No, you had a thought and boom, it went. Beautiful, Chrissy. Thank you. Yeah. So when next time you feel discombobulated, try that for yourself or come back to this video. But I just really want to encourage you that you've got this within you. And no matter what chaos and It's gonna be it's gonna go on for a couple months, guys, so better to regulate now, right? I don't like to do predictions because it just is, but I can tell you we got chaos until March. I feel it, I sense it. Every time I tap in, I tap back out, and so that's been a beautiful skill because I am I am a bright light, I am an open vessel, but I can now shut down my crown. And your DNA, let's go back to that because I didn't quite finish that thought pattern. Your DNA is your DNA alone, but it's also you share it. Think about it. You came out of your mother, and your mother had also your father's in there, right? Because that's the sperm. And then there's the lineage behind the DNA, which is in your DNA. And so we've had quite a few chats and we've been playing with something, and I can't remember where I saw it, but it was shared with me, and so I'm sharing it with you because that's how information should be. And you have ancestors in your DNA. And I was reminded again when we were chatting about Jade, a friend of mine, and we were chatting about she's always had teeth issues, but so does her dad. And she's got a little bit of scoliosis in her back. And so we were having a conversation. I know part of it is because she's a really big light being that is quite uncomfortable trying to like manage in this body, so to speak. But the beautiful thing was, oh, well, have you done any work on her dad's side? And I just went, oh my gosh, how come I'm so close to this? I didn't even see it or think of it. So we're teaching Jade about this one. And we're going to go in on Friday, the group of us to start the healing group and have a conversation just around that with Jade. So I'm very excited about all this. A little bit of healing attributions coming in. And I want you guys to try this. So you're going to take your right hand and you're going to put it over your shoulder this way towards the body. We're going to do an omega, and I'll share with you first, and then we'll add the words and then wipe it off. Right? Over the head and wipe it off. So, only ancestors here. Repeat after me, or whatever you choose to say. For my highest good, may remain. The rest depart. Only ancestors here. For my highest good, the rest depart. Because you're a bright light and they want you here, and you just have to think it now. I tend to do things in threes. You could do it once, you could do it twice, you could do it 10 times. Because you're a bright light, you're doing this work. Many ancestors are very excited for what you've done, but are they here to help, or are they here for their own self-interest energetically? Of course. And so by clearing that, we're all having our own experience right now. We don't have to go on the hamster wheel of healing all of our ancestors. We can heal those direct, right? And you go back as far as you want. I get about 6 generations is what I've done. And then of course that helps Jade. So when you don't do the work, so if I didn't do any work and I continued on the way, generation curse breakers, we are the first one of our yes, yes, exactly. Activate this far. Absolutely, my love. Yeah. And what we heal ripples out 100%. Some people are still stuck with some habits and some habituations, and I know when an energy is not mine and I command it away. This is one, this omega. I don't know why for ancestors, but I can feel it when I do it. So let me know if that's helpful for you. And just think about a time when an energy comes in, and you could even just use it to command off energy. There's something about that omega symbol that's highly powerful. Think about, headdresses and yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. And so, yeah, you do you. You stand in your power. You be the eye of that storm. You be the middle of the lotus, slowly unfolding and rebirthing. You create your own energy, your Merkaba. however you choose. You astral travel more consciously, whatever brings you joy, but you do you your way. Yeah. I like that, Matthew. Yes, eye of the storm. I. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, I'm just reminding you all, you're doing fucking fantastic. I'm so grateful to know all of you and how far we've come, how much we've learned, how much we've embodied, how much we've embraced. And damn it, it's time to celebrate. Celebration time. Oh, yeah. So, however, dancing is so powerful for moving energy. Mini trampoline, like whatever you choose to do for you. Just you're responsible for how you feel. Of course you did. I've been singing that one for years. I'm very excited. Yeah. Oh, it reminds you of a Stargate in a way. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good to see you, Kriba. Yeah, you're probably at work or going into work. Have a wonderful shift. Yeah. And I'm going to wrap it up there today. Gave you some tools. You had an energy shower. It's up to you to choose. Are you going to react or respond? Are you going to say, you know what? I just need a few minutes for me. Yeah, I'm taking a timeout. Or you're going to go have a shower or a bath, a beautiful bath. We love our baths, right? What do you need to do for you so you feel more elevated? Remembering that authenticity is the highest vibration. It's actually above love. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome, guys. Yeah, I appreciate you so much. And for those of you on the 25th, we have this Saturday. Ooh, the 25th at 1:30. Oh, you guys all might want to jump on here because I think this is the membership mentorship freebie for the month, so to speak. And we're going to go ahead and do a little conversation about the 125 portal. So do come in early. I will be on early. And yeah, it's just extra energies. You make of it what you will. But that's what we'll be tapping into. And that's Saturday at 1:30. And so if you're interested in that, just go to the website and sign up. www.adventuresforconnection.com. All right, you guys, thanks for the likes and love you very much. And have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of it, wherever you are in the world.